Hello students, welcome to today's session. This is Sweta Roy, your English master teacher at Vedantu. I hope everybody is doing amazing and having a great time. Today we will be starting with a wonderful chapter, Hearts and Hands, which is by O.henry. So quickly let me see. First of all, tell me, am I audible and visible to you? Yes or no? Okay, I think yes. Hi Shreja. Hello Shreyans. English is difficult? No, it's not that difficult. It's very easy and I'll make it easy for you and also very interesting. Okay, yes, Menti is there, of course. Hi, Shweta. Oh, namesake. Okay. Hi, Kunal. Hi, Harshil. Hi, Shri Krishna. Hello, Bhargavi. Hi, Chaitya. Hi, Yashi. Hi, Suchita. Hi, Femi. Hi Sanchita. Okay guys, so welcome to today's session guys, and today the chapter that we are going to deal with is Hearts and Hands. We're going to analyze the chapter and talk about all the important concepts that we need to understand from this chapter. And let's move ahead with the chapter. Of course, at the end of the session we will be having a mentee session as well. So do tell me, who is the author of Hearts and Hands? I think you all are aware of that. Yes or no? Hi Gautam. Hi Akil. So first quickly tell me, who's the author. Quickly name the author of the chapter. Hurry up. Hi Martina. Of course I can tell your name. Hi Fi Harshil. Hi Fi. Quickly let me know the name of the author. Come on in the chat box. O.henry. Absolutely. Chaitya, Bhargavi, Shweta. Good vibes. Martina. Vansh. Okay, very well answered. So O.henry. Yes. So better known as, actually, O. Henry is his pen name, right? And his real name was William Sidney Porter, and but he is better known to everybody as O. Henry. And he is a short story writer. He was an American short story writer. His stories are especially known for their surprise endings, and this surprise ending is also evident in this story. Okay, so any other story that you have read, any other story written by O. Henry that you have read or come across which you enjoyed? Because O. Henry stories, I particularly enjoy O. Henry stories a lot because of the ironical twist and the surprise ending which comes at the end of the story. That is very, very, very amazing and interesting. So, any of you who have read any other story? Of course, Deepthi. Of course, I remember you. Come on, tell me. Any other story that you have read? O. Henry? Last leaf. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Shreyansh is absolutely correct. Last leaf is also written by O. Henry. So if you have not read, please read that. It's wonderful. It's as amazing as this story is. And all of O. Henry's stories are beautiful and very, very, very interesting to read. Okay. Chalo. Gift of the Maggie, okay. The Ransom of Red Chief, very good. So many, see, so many stories we have come across, right? We are coming across right now. So definitely we can read all of them, right? So in today's session, we will be analyzing the story, complete story, along with some important concepts and questions, okay, and mentee. So today we will be covering the entire story, right? So in one session. Chalo. So let us first summarize the story. Now, this, as I told you, O. Henry stories are definitely having surprise ending. They all have surprise ending, most of them, right? So, like many of O. Henry stories, here also Hearts and Hands awaits the readers. The surprise ending awaits the readers. Where is the setting of the story? It is set on a train to Denver. Okay, and who are the characters? There are three main characters: Miss Fairchild, and where is she? She's seated on the train when two men arrive. Okay, it becomes apparent quickly that Fairchild is acquainted with one of them, right? Who is that man? Mr. Easton. So she is very well acquainted and familiar with Mr. Easton. So Mr. Easton was actually her acquaintance, and however, she is, surprised to discover that he is handcuffed. Okay, he is handcuffed to the man seated beside him, As Easton greets the young woman, he slightly raised his hand. So when Easton was about to greet that woman, Miss Fairchild, he raised his right hand. And what did she find? She found it was bound at the wrist by the shining bracelet to the left one of his companion. Please note this detail. His right hand was bound by what? Bound by a shining bracelet to the left one of his companion. That means, and what was that bracelet? Of course, that was handcuff. And this quite surprised Miss Fairchild. Right. Okay. Hi Yashasvi. Hi Bala Sardhana. Okay. Chalo. So evidently the man with Easton senses Easton's embarrassment and volunteers an explanation. So the man who was, the marshal who was accompanying Mr. Easton, what did he say? He said that both of them are headed for Leavenworth prison. Where are they going? Leavenworth prison. It's 7 years for counterfeiting, Easton says. And for what crime has he been arrested? For counterfeiting. Okay. And as the conversation continues, the woman is surprised to learn that Easton has discarded his life in Washington to become a marshal. Out marshal, but she finds the West agreeable as well. Right. So what happens is actually what she gets to know is what she understands is Mr. Easton is the marshal and he has left his life in Washington to become a marshal, right? But she also finds West quite agreeable and she tries to talk about West as well, right? So what do you understand from this? What do you understand? What is Miss Fairchild thinking? Who is the prisoner? What is Miss Fairchild's view? What is Miss Fairchild's understanding? Who is the prisoner? What is she thinking? What is she thinking? Come on. Hi, Sanju. Hello, Vansh. Exactly. Who is the marshal? According to Miss Fairchild, who is the marshal? What is she thinking? Come on, quickly, quickly. It's not at all difficult. Very simple. There was a man called Mr. Easton whom Miss Fairchild was well acquainted. And what did she notice? That this man, when he was about to greet her, his hand was bound by handcuffs, right? And his right hand was bound by handcuffs, and with whom? With the left arm of the companion. So what is she thinking? She's thinking, who is the prisoner? What is she thinking? Who is the prisoner? Mr. No, she is thinking that the companion is the prisoner and Mr. Easton is the marshal. Right. Okay. So now before proceeding further, guys, and before actually seeing what is, the real story behind it, but that is what we can understand till now, that Mr. Easton is the marshal. Let us go, from the point of view of Miss Fairchild. All right. So before proceeding further and getting to know the surprise revelation, by now I think you all have guessed what is going to be the surprise revelation at the end, right? So before that, the problems that you face. So we have actually conducted a survey and we have seen various problems that people face, students face in terms of doubts, notes, test and assignments, competitive exams, choice of schedule and choice of language. But don't worry, guys. All your doubts are going to be solved in our platform with the help of whom? A special team of class teachers who are going to cater to your special doubts. So definitely your doubts are no longer going to be piling up with you. They are going to be solved in class live with the help of our class teachers, and of course we can also interact with our master teachers. Notes after each and every session you will get, assignment after each and every session. We also conduct tests and we give you the performance report of those tests. Along with that, we also all this is within your choice of schedule and your choice of language, along with amazing bonus features like unlimited live flow classes, all micro courses and crash courses. So micro courses are chapter wise courses. So if you find any difficulty in any chapter, you can definitely avail the micro course of that particular chapter, and all that completely in one subscription. No need to pay extra for that. Crash course is going to make you exam ready, and performance report, as I told you, it will help you to assess, to analyze where you stand, where to work hard, right? So that means smart work. And personalized attention, which is not always possible here in YouTube, is absolutely possible in our platform. So what you need to do is just visit the link in the description box and pin comment. Choose your grade, ICSE grade 10th. Okay, check out the details. Click on get subscription. We have 3 types of subscription. Whatever you feel suitable for, you can definitely go for that. 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. And do not forget to use the coupon code SWREPRO to avail the 20% discount. So this coupon code is going to give you 20% discount. So, resuming the summary of the story, the young woman continues to chat with her acquaintance. Who was her acquaintance? Come on, tell me in the chat box. Who was her acquaintance? How to write good answers. I keep telling you in every session. This is a question which I keep on addressing in every session. Right. So, quickly tell me. Eastern. Yes, her acquaintance was Eastern, but she continues to stare at her handcuffs, right? But of course, she is uneasy seeing his handcuffs. To ease her concerns, the scruffy-looking older man, who is the scruffy-looking older man? Come on, the companion, right? To whom his hands were tied. He says, "Don't worry about them, miss. All marshals handcuff themselves to the prisoners to keep them getting away. Mr. Easton knows his business." That means what is his indication? That he is the prisoner and Mr. Easton is the marshal, right? That is what he indicates. As the two men stand to go to the smoke car, the young woman bids Mr. Easton goodbye. And when they start further communicating, what did he do? What did the other man do, who was rough and glum-faced and scruffy-looking man? What did he say? That please do excuse us. We need a smoke, right? So both of them went away, and the young woman, what did she do? She bade goodbye to both of them, right? So yes, exactly. So this is where the story, this is where that event ends. Okay, and when both of them get down, let's see what happens. And now we will be talking about the surprise revelation, which I think most of you have already guessed by now. So what is the surprise revelation? Do let me know in the chat box right now. Okay, so by the time, let me announce something very important about NTSE Super Sprint, which is going on in YouTube from 4th November to 3rd December, Monday to Saturday. Timing is 1:30 p.m. and this is the link of YouTube, and this is where you can get all the informations pertaining to the NTSE 2020 preparation. 90% discount you're going to get. Right. So let me see what you have said. What is an acquaintance? Acquaintance means one whom you are familiar with, whom you know. That is an acquaintance. Okay? Right. Mr. Easton is the prisoner and glum-faced man is the marshal. Okay, that is what Vansh has guessed. The revelation, okay, right. Sarya is also correct. All right. Shreyans is also correct. Sanju is very good. Correct. Bhargavi is also correct. So most of you have correctly made the guess. All the while, two passengers seated nearby, they were listening to the conversation. And one remarked on Easton's appearance, saying, "He seems too young to be a marshal." So one of the companions also thought, by their conversation, he also thought, he was also misled into believing that Mr. Easton was a marshal. But the other eavesdropping passenger means the other passenger who was also listening to their conversation. He corrects the mistake, one that the younger woman and the readers have likely made as well. So initially, when we were reading the story, we might also, if I did not tell you or give you that hint that he was the or you had not read the chapter before, then you could also make the mistake of believing that Mr. Easton was the marshal, right? And definitely Miss Fairchild also made the same mistake. So Mr. Easton is not the marshal, he is the counterfeiter. Oh, didn't you catch on? The passenger says. Did you ever know an officer to handcuff a prisoner to his right hand? So remember that Mr. Easton had his handcuffs when? On his right hand, right? So says that never an officer handcuffed a prisoner in his right hand. It's just the opposite. So who was the prisoner? It's now clear, crystal clear, that the prisoner was not Mr. Easton, but the glum-faced man. So what have you understood from the entire story? What is the basic idea? What is the basic idea? Okay, Deepthi says the twist appears in the end when the two co-passengers remark that Easton is the counterfeit and the other person is the true marshal. Absolutely correct. And now that is what is the answer given to this question. Absolutely correct, Deepthi. Deepthi has given the answer to this question. Very good, very good. Now tell me, one second. Am I visible? Okay, yeah. So now we will go to the critical analysis of the story. So we will now critically analyze the entire story and go into the depth of the story, right? So we have understood what the story is. Now we will go into the deeper nuances of the story. Okay? Now, what is very striking about the story is the ease with which the men understand and adopt to the situation, adapt to to each other's move. They are so very understanding to each other, right? They are so very connected to each other that they understand each other so well. The woman seems to be ever ready to romanticize the position of the marshal of the West. Marshal here is, according to the woman, was definitely Mr. Easton. So what she thought was, Easton has left his job. I mean, he had left his survival in the place where he was living, and he had become the marshal in the West. So that is what leads us to the east-west classification, which is there in the story, right? So which is a recurrent feature throughout the story, the east-west classification and the stereotypical idea about the east and the west classification, right? So certain stereotypes are exploited in the story as well, and even verges towards condensation in its treatment of its female character, because Miss Fairchild was actually hoodwinked, right? She was the one who was made a fool of and hoodwinked. So definitely it slightly verges towards condensation in the female character as well. Now, in the course of the conversation, the girl asks Easton, "But you must go on to Leavenworth, I suppose." "Yes," said Easton, "I must go on to Leavenworth." So basically, when this is an instance of verbal irony. Now, what is an irony? First of all, let me know in the chat box quickly. What is an irony? Any idea? Hi, Gaurav. Hi, creation of art and craft. Quickly let me know what is an irony. Which assumption? Not exactly. Opposite happening. Yes, exactly. That means expectation versus reality. That gives rise to irony, right? So there are different kinds of irony, like dramatic irony, situational irony, etc. And this is an example of verbal irony. When you mean to say something, but actually, the result is something else. So here, see, he does not have a choice but to go to Leviathan prison. But the girl has no clue what he's actually talking about, right? So when she says you must go to Leavenworth, she means to say it on a different manner, on a different perspective, right? But when Mr. Easton says, "I must go on to Leavenworth," he means that he has no choice. But this is not being understood by the girl, that is Miss Fairchild. She's not understanding what exactly Easton is saying when he says that I must go on to Leavenworth, right? So this characteristic unexpected ending has been prolific. That is, it has become the most expected feature of his stories, right? So he has used surprise endings in so many of his stories that we now expect his stories to end in a surprise ending, and that is why we could actually guess from the initial, from the very start of the story, that there is something wrong in the story, right? It's not a very straightforward, simple, simplified story. There has to be a twist at the end, right? So we were anticipating that. Coming to the theme and the title, as you already said, that appearance versus reality. So that means appearance, we should not go by appearance, should not judge a book by its cover, right? All that. And definitely to, jump onto an assumption very quickly without knowing the real truth, that is also one of the themes, underlying themes. And the most important theme which you missed out is the compassion of the marshal for his convict. Okay, the compassion, that is what leads us to the story's title, Hearts and Hands. Hands as in handcuff. Okay, but what about hearts? Hearts is coming from compassion. So hearts, they are also connected, or not only are they connected by hands, that handcuffs, but they are also connected by hearts, by emotions. Why? Because the marshal is showing compassion for his convict, right? Though Mr. Easton is a criminal, the officer rescues him from embarrassment twice in the story. First, by telling a lie that he is the convict and Easton is the marshal, and again lying when he says that he needs a smoke. So both the times he saves Mr. Easton from the embarrassment. Okay, in order to help him escape from the embarrassing situation. He felt the need to help out a man who is caught on the wrong end of life, and this is actually not usually seen in the world, in today's world, which is quite unusual in today's world. Marshall being compassionate for his convict, that is quite an unusual sight, right? Usually nowadays we are not even compassionate towards our fellow beings, right? And just let alone the marshal being compassionate towards victim, that is absolutely next to impossible, right? So then, this has been an outstanding display of human compassion from the marshal. The twist in the end not only makes the story interesting but also delivers the message that things should not be taken at face value. So, two important themes are appearance and definitely compassion. So, although he was a very glum faced and very rough looking man, but he was definitely compassionate at heart. So, we should not go by appearance. Yes or no? Understood? Yes? Okay. Hi Anushka. No, no, I haven't forgotten you. Hi Anish. Okay. So, though the hands of the two men were handcuffed, representing a contrasting relation of a prisoner and the officer, the hearts went alike. Very, very, very important line. You can actually use this line in your answers, right? When you're talking about the theme or the title or any of the answers that you write, this is a line that will go with each and every answer. The marshal could feel the heartbeats of the convict, and that is what leads to the title Hearts and Hands, right? He came forward to save the prisoner from embarrassing situation, as I already told you. Although his hands were forced to do the duty of punishing a convict, his heart made him feel pity for Mr. Easton. Again, a very, very, very important line which you should include in your answers as well. So, those of you who were asking me how to write answers, so these are the lines which you should include in your answers, certainly. Right? Okay. Hi, Aju. Hi, Shriyansh. So now coming to the important question and answers, and I want the answers from your end. Okay. What are Mrs. Fairchild's views about the West? Come on. If you have read the chapter, do let me know. What are Mrs. Fairchild's views about the West? And this is an important question. Okay, this can come in your paper as well. Hanji Martina, of course, we have Menti. Don't worry about that. We will have Menti. How to write accurate answers in the exam? That I do in every session. Whenever I explain you answers, I tell you how to approach that answer. So that is not a session, that is not something which I can take in a different session. That will not be absolutely helpful. That will be helpful if you see each and every session, and if you see how I tell you to write your answers in each and every session. Okay. She loved the West, and what else? She loves the West. Okay. What else? Okay. No, you will not write your answers in points. These are the points which we give you to help you, to guide you. But you will write answers in paragraph, not in points. Okay. Right. So don't be misled by these points. These are guiding points for you. You have to frame the answers on your own. Okay. So Miss Fairchild seems to be fascinated by the West, and she had been living in the West perhaps and quite used to the Western way of life. As seen by her attire, she has adapted herself to the life and definitely enjoys her. So she says that she loves the West where she can live the way she wants. She also mentions that she spent the summer in Denver with her mother and went home a week ago. She likes living in the West and thinks the air there agrees with her. So weather was quite suitable according to her. This is a way of saying that she would prefer living in the West, right? So please, this is an important question, so don't ignore this answer. All right. Next question is the character sketch of Mr. Easton. So what can you say about the character sketch of Mr. Easton? Quickly. Hi Pranav. Hi Durva. Come on. She likes West and yes, absolutely. It represents thrill and adventure. Very good. She also said that she does not mind settling, which shows that she is giving hints of her affection to Mr. Easton. Definitely, she is giving her affection towards, showing her affection towards, I should say, for Mr. Easton. But when you were talking about her ideas about the West, you can just skip that part because that is irrelevant over there. Right. So, anyways, you can definitely write that as well. He was a good person. What about the rest? Sashwat, okay. Tall and handsome. Okay, very good. Hi, Sakshi. So, Mr. Easton is definitely the main character. He's a counterfeiter who's been caught by the police, and he's traveling with the marshal who is taking him to Leavenworth prison. He's tall and handsome, absolutely correct. And this is why we see him. This we see when the elegantly dressed Miss Fairchild starts talking to him, and this shows that Mr. Easton was having a very charming personality. He is very embarrassed because he finds himself in an awkward situation when a beautiful woman and who perhaps was his old friend, she saw him handcuffed, right? So, but of course, he has no way to escape from the situation, but definitely he plays the role of a real marshal. So he's a good actor. So when he's helped or supported by the marshal, he plays his role quite well, right? The next character, it's not yet over. So definitely he calls him the marshal. As I told him, he does not counter him. Instead, shows himself as a marshal, tries to convince that he is a real marshal in every possible way. He is an adept liar, okay? And he talks, the way he talks is definitely commendable. He does not let Fairchild suspect him as long as he talks to her. He makes statements supporting his fake identity, which can be definitely done by a good liar. And of course, he was supported in every situation by the Marshall. And with that, we move to the character sketch of Marshall. So, what can you talk about the Marshall? Come on. Yes, definitely, he does not own up the fact that he was a criminal. He also wants to show an assumed wealth and a facade that he is aristocratic. Very well said, Sanju. Absolutely correct points. You can definitely add those points as well. Okay. Anything else? Character of the Marshal. Marshal was wise, okay. Compassionate, keen, very good. Absolutely, Maya. So, ruffled, glum-faced man, and he plays a significant role in the story. He is the real Marshal, heavily built, roughly dressed, but we should not go by his appearance because he is definitely kind and helpful. And how did then you talk about how did he save his companion from an embarrassing situation, right? So that is what you need to say. And definitely is observant and intelligent and observes both of them are feeling awkward. So that is when he decided to actually talk about save Mr. Easton from that embarrassing position. Sympathetic and helpful, right? And he is also witty, okay, and therefore he helps him in the correct situation, so that he could escape from that embarrassing situation when at the end he asks for a smoke, right? So definitely he does his duty, and you can include the points from theme, the two lines that I talked about when I was talking about the theme and the title, right? So talk about appearance versus reality, talk about the compassionate nature, and I have already talked at length when I was talking about the theme and the title. So please include them in the character sketch of the Marshal. That will definitely be enriching your answer. With that, we would be ending the session with the homework question, and you need to comment on this question in the comment section. Justify the statement that appearances can be deceptive with reference to the story Hearts and Hands. Right, so I think now you will be able to completely write this answer, right? And do let me know in the comment section. So if you have liked the session, guys, don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to visit the link in the description box. Choose your grade, choose your board, check out the details. We have three types of subscription. Do not forget to use the coupon code, which is going to give you 20% discount, right? So thank you so much for watching, but the mentee is still left, so don't go anywhere. But before that, please do hit the like button. And if you have not yet subscribed to the English channel, then please do subscribe to this channel, because this is a channel launched only and only for you guys, right? So we need your help. Chalo. Next, we will see. Okay. So use the code 7480356. That is the code for mentee. Come on. 7480356. Has my picture become small? No, it's still there. Enlarged. Okay. Yeah, so now it's fine. Come on, guys, join the mentee session. Absolutely, Durva, very well answered. The Marshal helped Mr. Easton and did not let him lose his respect. Absolutely correct. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Guys, join the mentee quiz and we will be starting right now. The code is 7480356. Okay, Shreyans, you're the horse. Okay. Come on. Devil. Okay, Bhargavi. Got you. Come on, come on, come on, everybody. Okay, so should we start now? Okay, let's start. And the first question is right there in front of you. Who wrote Hearts and Hands? Very simple. The simplest question. Ruskin Bond, O.henry, Samuel Richardson, Emily Dickinson. Very simple question. Hi, Kavya. Come on. Very good. Absolutely correct. O.henry is the correct answer. So first leaderboard on your screen, guys. Okay, so Harshil. Thank you, Harshil, for your compliment. Thank you so much. High five. Harshil is the fastest and secured the first position with Riti, Kavya, Krish, Tom, Shresha, Chaitya. Big fan. Thank you so much, Chaitya, Martina, and Vadehi and HK. Very well performed, guys. Amazing performance. Rest of you also brace yourselves up for the next question, which is right there on your screen. Question number 2. Which one of the following choices best describes the past relationship between Miss Fairchild and Mr. Easton? They don't know each other from Washington. There was more than friendship between them. They had been engaged to be married. Very simple question. Come on. Oh, what happened? Okay, best describes the past relationship is there was more than friendship between them. Okay, so chalo, let's have a look at the answer. Misclick, no problem, Bhargavi. Okay, Dhriti has now become secured the first position with creating being the fastest. Sashwat, Nandana, HK, Sriyansh, Maitreyi, Sanju. Thank you, Sanju, for loving English. Abhita and Martina, very well done. Next question up on the screen. Third question, guys. Third question. Which of the following best describes the glum-faced man? The man was a criminal convicted of counterfeiting. Although he appeared rough, he was sensitive. He did not like Miss Fairchild or Mr. Easton. Very simple question. Come on, very simple. No one should be wrong here. Yes. So although he appeared rough, he was sensitive and perceptive, right? That is a characteristic feature that we can ascribe to the glum-faced man, okay? He was not the criminal. It was the other one, that is Mr. Easton, who was the criminal, right? So this is not a characteristic feature of the glum-faced man. Very well answered. Let us have a look at the leaderboard. Hi, Vanita. You can definitely enjoy. Literature is never creating any divide between CBSE, ICSE, and whatever it is, other boards. Okay, so definitely we can do it. Chalo. So let us see who all are here in the leaderboard. Dhriti, Nandana, HK, Shreyan, Sanju, Ashit, Abhita, Martina, Shrija, Sweta Ma'am student. Thank you, Shrija. Angha, Anagha. How is it pronounced? Anagha, right? Anagha is the fastest. Very good, Anagha. And creating. What happened creating? The niche क्यों? Okay. So कोई बात नहीं. Let's brace ourselves up for the next question. Right here, right now. Question number 4 on your screen. Which of the following best explains the main idea of the story? Crime does not pay. The law is sometimes forgiving. A love of money may be hurtful in many ways. Appearances can be deceiving. Which explains the best, the main idea of the story? We have discussed this in class. I want all of your answers to be correct. Good. Why these people were not paying attention. Those of you who got it incorrect, they were only shouting menti, menti, menti. These are the people. That's why I tell you pay attention in the class. You will be able to solve menti as well. Okay, chalo, let's see. Misclick. Koi baat nahi, Bhargavi. Yes, learning from your mistake is the most important thing. Very good, Dhriti, Nandana, um, HK, Shreyan, Shabita, Sanju, Shrija being the fastest, Spandan, Durva, and Shrestha. Very good, very good, very good. Next question on your screen. That is the fifth question. Guys, brace yourselves up for the fifth question. I want new people up on the leaderboard this time. Come on. This story is an excellent example of which of the following literary technique: romance, surprise ending, or regional style. Very, very, very simple. Come on. Very simple. Good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Absolutely correct. Surprise ending. So let's check the leaderboard. This was very simple. Doesn't need an explanation. I had been explaining the surprise ending from the beginning itself, right? Very good. Chalo. Okay, Bhargavi. Dhriti again securing the first position, quite consistent, with Nandana also quite consistent. HK, all of you are quite consistent. Yes. Shreya, Sabita, Sanju. So though no major change in the leaderboard. Shrija, Spandan, Shrija again the fastest. Spandan, Durva, Vaidehi, new joining. Great, great, great. Congratulations, guys. Are you guys ready for the last question of today? Last question. So before moving to the last question, guys, don't forget to go to the link in the description box, because all the doubts you have, all the notes that you don't have, and the tests and assignments that you face problems in competitive exams, they are all going to be solved in our platform live in class. And apart from that, we are also giving you bonus features. So this entire platform is designed to suit your needs and to absolutely remove all your problems from the path, all your hurdles from the path of progress, right? So do not forget to visit the link in the description box and choose your grade, choose your board, check out the details. I have already explained all the details, and please have a look and tally with that. Click on get subscription. We have 3 types of subscription. You can definitely take any one of that, and don't forget to use the coupon code SWREPRO. That is going to give you 20% discount. Okay? So now time for the last question. Okay, last question. Hi Shreyansh. Chalo, last question on your screen. Which of the following was probably not a reason that the marshal deceived Miss Fairchild? He found her attractive. He perceived her fondness for Mr. Easton. The marshal wanted to protect her feelings. The marshal wanted to feel more comfortable, her to feel more comfortable. Not a reason, guys. Please take care of the question. Not a reason. Got confused. Got confused. Okay. So, which was not a reason that the marshal deceived Fairchild. Why did he deceive Fairchild? Because he perceived his fondness for Mr. Easton, her fondness for Mr. Easton. He wanted to protect her feelings. He also wanted to make her more comfortable. So this is only the reason which cannot be, this is only, the reason not to, probably not a reason which uh, that the marshal deceived Miss Fairchild. All these are definitely the reasons, but this is the only one which is not a reason. Okay, I hope I am clear with the last question. Yes or no? Clear? Sure? Are you ready for the final leaderboard? And did you like all the questions today, which was asked in Menti? Yes. Namaste, Aditya. That is why I emphasize, no, not a reason. You need to understand. You need to read it carefully. Be very careful. So, so if you like the lesson, like the Menti questions, if you enjoyed the session, don't forget to hit the which button? Like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because you can see that we had already done this chapter in the Hindi channel, but it was done in a different way, completely different way. But here we are our approach is completely different. So you need to follow both the channels to have a comprehensive understanding. Yes or no? Yes. So definitely, thank you, Deepti. Thank you so much. So please hit the like button, and this is the final leaderboard. Final leaderboard is right here. Okay, so our winner for today is Dhriti. Congratulations, Dhriti. Congratulations to all of you. Nandana, Sanju, HK, और भी लोग हैं, Harshil, Aviral, Fahish, and all of you had participated wonderfully. So keep participating, keep supporting, keep learning, and do not forget to visit the link in the description box, and do subscribe to the channel as well. Till then, take care. I will come back again for the next session. Hope to see you very soon for the next session. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.